1800 hours, Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Farzana Khan. First, the headlines. Prime Minister has warned that elements involved in creating artificial shortage of urea will be dealt with iron hand. Imran Khan has sought a report from Balochistan Chief Minister on damages occurred due to recent rains in the province. Chief says international community's assistance to Afghanistan is averting humanitarian crisis is imperative for regional peace and stability. Pakistan has urged India to respect wishes of Kashmiri people and grant them their inalienable right to self-determination in accordance with the UN Charter and resolutions. Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, Indian troops in their fresh act of state terrorism have martyred 3 more Kashmiri youth in Budgam district. Germany has called on all parties to de-escalate tension and reach a peaceful solution to the violent situation in Kazakhstan. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Imran Khan has warned that elements involved in creating artificial shortage of urea will be dealt with iron hand. Chairing a meeting to review demand and supply of fertilizers in Islamabad today, he said Pakistan produces 25,000 tons of urea daily, which is enough to meet its needs. He said last year the country produced record bumper crops of wheat, sugarcane, cotton and maize. The Prime Minister expressed the confidence that farmers earned an additional 822 billion rupees in fiscal year 2020-21 due to government's agriculture-friendly policies. He said that the government is focusing on providing adequate amount of fertilizers for maximum production of wheat to ensure food security. Imran Khan directed the authorities concerned to take all possible steps for efficient management of urea supply chain for Rabi crop. Prime Minister Imran Khan says Pakistan performed exceptionally well in combating COVID-19 in comparison with other countries in the region. Chairing a meeting of the Macroeconomic Advisory Group in Islamabad today, he said the government's policy of smart lockdown, social production programs and subsidies for industries kept the country growing at a steady pace. The Prime Minister directed the departments concerned to coordinate and implement the long-term and short-term plans for betterment of macroeconomic condition of the country. Meanwhile, the Prime Minister has sought report from Balochistan Chief Minister Abdul Quddus Bizenjo on damages occurred due to recent rains in the province. The Prime Minister also directed National Disaster Management Authority to immediately provide aid to the affected people of Kawadar and Turbat. Pakistan's stock market has claimed highest profit in 10 years with aggregate profit of 258 billion rupees. This was stated by Finance Minister Shaukat Tareen in a tweet today. Minister for Industries and Production Khusro Bakhtiar has ruled out shortage of urea in the country, assuring that additional supplies would be started from Monday next. He was addressing a news conference flanked by Minister for Energy Hamad Azhar and owners of fertilizer companies in Islamabad today. The Minister for Industries pointed out that at present about 350,000 bags of urea are being produced on daily basis, which will be enhanced to 440,000 bags from Monday. He said 2 million bags of urea have been procured from China, and if the need arises, more procurement will also be made. Khusro Bakhtiar said additional urea stocks of 4.4 million bags and 8.2 million bags will be available in February and March, respectively. In his remarks, Minister for Energy Hamad Azhar said uninterrupted gas is being supplied to the fertilizer plants. He said the year 2021 witnessed record production of urea due to constant gas supply to the fertilizer plants. Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi has said that health cards are being provided to the deserving families without any discrimination. Addressing a meeting to review ongoing development projects in Multan today, he said deserving families can avail treatment up to 1 million rupees annually under the Sehat Sahulat card. The Foreign Minister said the government is taking measures to address inflation and ensure development of southern Punjab. In a remarks, Special Assistant on Poverty Alleviation, Dr. Sania Nishtar, said that 20 million families will get benefits under Ehsaas Ration program. Minister of State for Climate Change Zartaj Gul Wazir says master plan is being prepared to develop tourist places for Fort Munro. Addressing a meeting in Dera Ghazi Khan today, she said Punjab Chief Minister Usman Bursar has directed the stakeholders concerned to develop a long-term planning for Fort Munro to make it a tourist hub. This is Radio Pakistan giving you the news. Chief of Army Staff General Qamar Javed Bajwa says international community's assistance to Afghanistan in averting humanitarian crisis is imperative for regional peace and stability. He was talking to British High Commissioner Christian Turner, who called on him at the General Headquarters in Rawalpindi today. During the meeting, matters pertaining to bilateral cooperation and regional security situation, including Afghanistan, came under discussion. The visiting dignitary appreciated Pakistan's efforts for regional peace, particularly in Afghan situation. The OIC Independent Permanent Human Rights Commission on Corruption and Human Rights has adopted Islamabad Declaration urging all states to introduce strong anti-corruption legislation. The declaration, which was adopted at the concluding session of the 7th International Seminar of the OIC Independent Commission in Islamabad today, urged the states to step up efforts to address injustices and other negative consequences of corruption. It noted that recovering and returning confiscated assets and illicit financial flows can contribute to effective resource mobilization, poverty eradication, and sustainable development, particularly for the developing countries. The declaration encouraged all OIC states to enhance the capacity of the judiciary, prosecution service, and law enforcement agencies to combat corruption. Foreign Office spokesperson Asim Iftikhar Ahmed has categorically rejected false claims and tendentious remarks made by a spokesman of the Indian Ministry of External Affairs in the context of SARC and Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. Responding to media questions today, he said India's obstruction of the SARC process is an established fact. The spokesperson further said that motivated by its partisan reasons and acting in violation of charter provisions requiring exclusion of bilateral issues, India is responsible for stymieing the 19th SARC summit, which was scheduled to take place in Pakistan in 2016. He added that India's myopic attitude is rendering a valuable platform for regional cooperation increasingly dysfunctional. The spokesperson said Pakistan hopes that India will review its self-serving approach and enable the SARC process to move forward for the progress and prosperity of the peoples of South Asia. He said Pakistan remains ready to host the next SARC summit as soon as the artificial obstacles created in its way were removed. The spokesperson urged India to recognize reality of the just, legitimate and indigenous Kashmiri struggle, respect the wishes of the Kashmiri people and grant them their inalienable right to self-determination in accordance with the UN Charter and resolutions. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, Indian troops in their fresh act of state terrorism martyred 3 more youth in Budgam district today. The Indian troops martyred the youth during a cordon and search operation in Chadora area of the district. Indian troops also arrested 4 youth during the cordon and search operation in downtown area of Srinagar city. In a statement in Srinagar, All Parties Hurriyat Conference condemned the unabated killings, arrests and other atrocities by Indian forces personnel across the occupied territory. Meanwhile, occupation authorities disallowed people to offer Jummah prayers at the Jamia Masjid in Srinagar today for the 23rd consecutive week. Germany has called on all parties to de-escalate and reach a peaceful solution to the situation in Kazakhstan. In a statement, government spokeswoman Christian Hoffmann said violence can never be an appropriate response. And finally, the weather report. Widespread more rains with snowfall over the hills are expected in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Islamabad, Upper and Central Punjab, Gilgit-Baltistan and Kashmir during the next 12 hours. However, heavy rains and hailstorm is expected at isolated places during the period. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analyses, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.